What the hell is going on with Britain's spy flights above Gaza? There have been hundreds of those since the genocide begun, and it's not at all clear from the British authorities what's actually going on at all.
Even on their stated claim that this is to rescue hostages, when you actually probe them on that, they don't offer any evidence to say, if it even helped to find any of those hostages at all. Another strange thing was that they continued on days during the subsequent ceasefire when the hostages were being released on live television, so their locations were visible to everyone, and yet the spy flights were continuing on those days. And they even continued after the last British dual national hostage was released, which was also kind of one of the reasons they gave. They weren't just looking for Israeli hostages, some of them were British. So even after those British ones were released, the flights continued as well. So yeah, there are lots of questions that we've had about that stated rationale, and they've never really given any conclusive evidence as to justify that that's what they're doing. And then there've been all these other concerns about massacres that have happened when spy flights have been in the air, and that's something that we really wanted to investigate in this film.
This idea Britain is this kind of has taken action. I mean, that's what they keep emphasising. We've taken these actions and various actions that, including cancelling various, a few arms exports. But, the complicity, the overall complicity in genocide is part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was the arms exports that I think got a lot of focus in the media when people were willing to kind of call out Britain's role. And obviously there was some suspensions that Labour put on those in September last year. But the spy flights kind of carried on rumbling away in the background. And I think that showed that really the relationship between Britain and Israel was still very strong in private, and the relationship of the intelligence agencies. And so however much kind of, noise or concern there was about the arms exports, the fact that Britain was potentially a participant in the genocide, sharing real-time surveillance from the battlefield with Israel, that went virtually unchallenged.